I'm Zoe.
I'm Sam.
I'm Tim.
I'm Dan, and we're Cub Sport, and you're watching the AU review.
Well, we're here on album release day, finally. Congratulations.
Thank you.
It's been a long time in the making, as I'm sure a lot of people keep pointing it out to you, but I think you're well aware of how long it took.
Yes.
I was reading an interview the other day, I think with Tim, saying that there were points where you didn't even think this was going to come out.
Yeah, there were definitely times when we were just kind of getting sick of having to wait around. But yeah, I think it was always gonna come out. We were determined to make it happen. But yeah, there were some delays from like getting it mixed and then revisions, and just it all adds up. I guess waiting a few months at a time. Eventually, it's like a year. But yeah, we're stoked with how it's turned out, and very happy that it's finally out today.
You ended up in Melbourne for some of the production. Talk a little bit about heading down there, and was that different for you guys to kind of be outside of Brisbane making music?
Not really. We worked with John Castle, worked with us on the first two EPs that we did as well, so it was very familiar and very normal. I think the difference with this was there was large chunks of the record that were also done away from Melbourne, which is different to anything we've done as well. Tim did lots of work in his bedroom on the record, and we also did some stuff around Brisbane as well on other bits and pieces, bits of drums and other bits and pieces. But yeah, largely a lot of the vocals actually were all done in Tim's bedroom.
I read you were recording literally as you were writing, which you hadn't done before.
Yeah.
What led you to do that?
Well, I'd never really had the facilities to record myself before this album, when I decided I should just do it rather than just sitting around saying, I might do that one day. And yeah, I guess it was just an interesting new way to try writing. So I'd have the lyrics in front of me and do the music, and then kind of just read the lyrics and make up a melody as I went. And yeah, we ended up keeping a lot of those original takes, where I was sort of making it up as I went, which is cool.
It does feel rawer than some of your earlier material. Do you attribute it, in part to that?
Yeah, I'd say so. I guess, I think when I'm recording vocals in the studio, sometimes I do like overthink it, and like I'm thinking about trying to nail it and get it perfect or whatever. But when I'm recording demos, I don't really care that much, and so I think it sounds a bit more effortless or something that way. So.
With the music videos, there's been a couple out now. You released one last week. I'll go back to Only Friend first. A little bit of a Garden State party scene going on there. Tell me a little bit about making that video, and kind of I guess starting the process of introducing us to the world of This Is Our Vice.
That one was it was directed by our friend Joe from the Creases, and it was in our house. Well, Tim's in my house, and we just invited a bunch of friends over, and we got drinks and pizza and just sort of hung out. Yeah, it was really fun.
You just had to pretend to sing along to some songs.
Yeah.
While people
just had to listen to it over and over again.
Our friends Libby and Angus, who were like making out in it, were just sitting there. They had to just keep making out for so long.
Were they a couple in real life?
Yeah. They've been together for ages, so we helped bring the spark back.
I was going to say though, you could have been playing matchmaker. Two of your friends that you'd always want. You're like, look, it's for the art, guys. You've got to, you've just got to make this. You've just got to make this happen.
We nearly thought that was going to happen, but then we texted them, and they're like, yeah, we can come over, because there weren't any couples there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it all worked out.
And then we moved on to a lyric video, a frolic, Bob Dylan frolic in the park edition. And it's in two languages as well.
Yeah, Japanese and English. Yeah, I don't know, we get a bit of stuff on Twitter and stuff from Japan, so we thought, why not? Sam speaks Japanese, so we thought we
Oh, so
could
you
utilize
knew what you were talking about. on
Yeah,
those
that's
cards.
why I was in charge of the Japanese ones.
I was going to say, because otherwise you could just fuck it up and never know. Get some tweet, you ruined it. And finally, we come to your soap opera escapades in the most recent clip. And, it looks like there's a lot of friends in that clip as well. I spotted a certain John Steele singer behind the directorial chair, getting very frustrated by the whole thing. Tell me about bringing that one together. Had you always wanted to do a clip like that?
That one was also directed by our friend Joe, who's in the Creases, and the concept was his, and we kind of just gave him the reins, and he came up with pretty much all of it, which was nice because usually all of the decisions come back to us, and I don't know, sometimes if you're not sure and you're the one making the call, it's a bit of pressure, but because we really trust his taste and everything, it was really relaxing. We're also hardly in the clip, so it was the easiest one we've ever done.
I think I saw Zoe for a set, literally 2 frames with your face kind of covered and just in the background. So great job there. But yeah, I mean, I just know if I was in a band, I'd want to do a cheesy soap opera clip. I think that's kind of
Something everyone should do once in their life.
That's right.
I was obsessed with The Bold and the Beautiful when I was little,
Were
so
you really?
I feel I've come full circle.
There's some Mariah Carey love for you. There's some Bold and the Beautiful love there.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. That's a range. It's a range right there. So we've got these 3 songs out. Now we've got the whole album. So for those of us who have heard those 3 songs, and some of us who have heard the record, what can we expect from the rest of the record? Do you feel that's a good representation of what people are going to find?
I think that the singles we put out are a pretty good indication of what it sounds like. I wasn't saying
good.
I think the singles are pretty good. It's a pretty good representation of the rest of the album. But yeah, there are some. I think it's pretty diverse in sound compared to things we put out previously. So, definitely listen to it, everybody. I think it is pretty different to our EPs. Our EPs were pretty joyous and bright consistently. But yeah, this is kind of a bit more, it's got more melancholy happening, and I don't know, I like it.
A few less African drums and a bit more melancholy.
Less
but
novelty.
Melancholy is not the right word, but tell me a little bit about where the year's taking you from here.
Well, we're touring with Sasquatch at the moment. We had the Sydney show last night and one in Sutherland the night before, and they're the only 2 we've done so far.
You weren't at Secret Garden with them over the weekend?
No, it looked awesome.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, we saw the netball costumes.
that was top form.
Yeah, they look good.
So doing this tour, and then the album's out in the States today as well. So
congratulations on the network deal.
Thank you. So we've got plans to tour over there and hit up the UK and Europe a bit later in the year. So, yeah.
Is there anywhere you haven't played yet that you've got a few fans kind of yelling out to you on Twitter? Japan by the sounds of it.
Maybe Japan. Oh yeah.
Yeah, there are always people in Mexico and South America in general that we always have comments on YouTube in other languages and stuff. So it'd be good to make it there. Always wanted to go to South America.
What's next on the agenda?
Yeah.
Well, guys, congratulations on the record. Happy release date, and thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.